It feels really good. Definitely last year I got second, losing to the same kid, and it just feels really good to win.
Can you talk about wrestling Paxton Whitaker? You wrestled him on Thursday night. He beat you 5-4. You were able to pin him here in this tournament. Can you just what was different from that match on Thursday night to now?
Well, on Thursday I was able to see what he was good at, what kind of shots he took and stuff, and I realized that he was good in the legs, and so I kind of knew what to defend from him while he was on top, and that's how I was able to beat him today.
What kind of confidence does a win like this give you? You know, we're right here, real close to postseason, and you beat a kid that's ranked, real high in Class 3A, and you avenge an earlier loss. That's got to give you a lot of confidence here as we wind down the season.
Yeah, definitely. And going into Thursday, I knew that he was ranked and knew that he was a good wrestler because I wrestled him previously, and it just feels really good to wrestle him again and beat him.
Sectionals next Saturday. What are your goals here as we get into the postseason? Where do you want to be at the end of the year in Des Moines?
I want to win sectionals and districts and hopefully get a medal at state.
All right, sounds good. Nice job today, Cole.
I felt like I wrestled pretty well. I mean, coming into it, it's going to be a tough match, so weeks before we're training hard and doing our best in the room and trying to get each other better, and I just came out there and wrestled hard the whole 6 minutes and came out on top.
Can you talk about the match a little bit? You were down, or it was nothing after a period, but and you've been pretty dominant all year, so probably used to being up after a period. But what changed in that second period? You were able to score a lot of points there.
Well, just getting the first point is always big, and then that big takedown right after that. And then once I got on top, I tilted him and scored a couple points. So just being confident, I guess, with my moves and going through them.
What about on the team aspect? 6 individual titles for Creston here, and 5th straight team championship at the Hawkeye 10 Wrestling Tournament. What's that mean for you?
It means a lot just knowing that all of our work's starting to pay off. I mean, early morning runs and hard work after school and lifting weights and stuff is just all starting to pay off.
Absolutely, and we're getting here in kind of the downhill slope sectionals next weekend. Anything you want to work on here in the next week or two before Des Moines?
I mean, yeah, you can always keep working hard. I mean, conditioning is a big one, just knowing that you can go hard the whole 6 minutes and keep pushing the pace. So.
All right, nice job today.
Well, I had a bite of the semis, which we thought was maybe going to cause problems team point-wise, but the 2 matches I did wrestle, they ended up pretty well. We've been grinding pretty hard in the mat and the weight room, so the weight room, running, lifting, and working out in the practice room.
Absolutely. You mentioned the team there. What's it mean to you? You got 6 individual champs here and 5 straight team titles now for Creston at Maxburg.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We're building a legacy here, building a tradition. I mean, we've always had one here, and it's ending up pretty well. And this is just a small, minuscule thing compared to what we really want to do at the end of the season.
What is that? What do you guys want to get done here at the end of the year?
Ultimately, we want to win 2 team titles, dual and traditional state, and I think we can do that pretty well.
What about individual goals for you? Where do you see yourself in Des Moines here in a couple weeks?
Individually, I see myself on top of the podium. Can't quit working now. It's far out, but it's close, but it's far out, so we got to keep working.
All right, nice job today, kid.
Thank you.
On the most part, really good. We had a few slip-ups along the way that, as a head coach, you always get frustrated with. But you put 9 in the finals and have 6 champions. You got to be excited for how they do it. And all of them wrestled great. Even in our losses, I felt real good about them. So they all were good matches for us.
Yeah, and with this team, you have the 6 individual champions, and everybody knows about a lot of those great wrestlers. But you have guys like Kelby Luther that make a final. Jacob Goodson makes a final. What do those guys do for the team overall? It really just speaks to the depth of your squad.
It sure does. That's one of the things we talk about all the time. We got, like you said, the 9 in the finals. A lot of those guys get the credit all the time. But our bottom half, which they don't always get championship, but they score a lot of points for us. Jacob Goodson. He's a little 13-pounder, and he scores a lot of points. He put a lot of pressure on in the finals and came up a little short. Kelby Luther, he's been struggling a little and had a great day, scored a lot of points. Even Cade Vicker at 106, getting 3rd. So all of them scored a lot of points for us. And, if you want to be good, that's what you got to have. Those guys that get beat and they have what it takes to come back and wrestle strong after a loss.
lots of champions that we could highlight, but one of them that just continues to impress, Chase Shiltz, ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A. He had a big test in the finals here, wrestling the number 2 ranked kid in the state, Anthony Sherry, and it looked like he passed that test with flying colors.
Oh, he sure did. Anthony's a great wrestler. I mean, I've watched him since he was a kindergartner come through and all the programming. He does an awesome job. But Chase is pretty darn good himself, and last week or 2 weeks ago we beat the Pendon number 3 kid, so we knew. I mean, this year comes down to Anthony and Chase. So coming in and getting the win as big as he did was a little bit surprising, but Chase is pretty good, and we expect him to get big wins for us.
Absolutely, and with a great team like this, of course, big goals here as the postseason starts. What do you want to see from this team here down the next couple weeks when we get into Des Moines?
One of the things we talked about this morning after our workout was the fact that it wasn't the wins and losses. Today we set the mentality of how we want to finish the season, and it didn't matter if we won or lost the match. And in the most part, I think we did that. Now it's just every week, you just win and advance kind of thing, and keep getting better, and hopefully we take care of business. And come Saturday night at the state tournament, we're standing there with a trophy and doing well.
All right, Coach, nice job today, and best of luck moving forward.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for covering us.